Chapter 91. Sir, a voice rang out slowly. Wake up. Tijaw slowly opened his eyes and found that he was still sitting in the taxi, which was speeding along the road at the moment. He sat up in a daze and immediately looked at the blue sky. He was so shocked that he couldn't control himself. Sir, what's wrong with you? The voice beside him continued to ask. Tijaw ignored him. Instead, he reached out and touched his shoulder. There was no wound. Then he quickly rolled down the car window. A sweetened fragrant smell rushed into his nostrils in an overbearing manner, and the wind unique to high-speed driving blew wildly on his face. It was fresh air. It was cool wind. I've escaped, he couldn't help shouting loudly, with uncontrollable joy on his face. Could it be that this taxi was the key to breaking the situation? It was just like the boat on the Styx. It could take people freely in undoubt of that strange land of the end. And this woman named Zhou Yunian was like Karen, the ferryman on the Styx. She was responsible for transporting the people who got on the car back and forth between the world of the living. Kaijia turned his head and was stunned inadvertently. Where was Zhou Yunian? Beside him was a big man wearing sunglasses. Due to his occupation, his skin was burned black and shiny by ultraviolet rays. Sir, why are you so jumpy? The big man looked at Kaijia a little fearfully. You're not taking drugs, are you? Kaijia felt as if he had seen this big man before, but when he thought about it carefully, he had no impression at all. Where are we going? Sir, don't scare me. The taxi driver looked burly, but he still swallowed nervously. Didn't you ask to take a taxi to Jinan? We've already driven nearly 300 kilometers. Don't tell me you've lost your memory. The big man pointed to the price meter in front of them. It had already reached more than 900 yuan. What? Tishan was shocked when he looked at the sign above the road and found that the car was indeed about to enter Jinan. He instantly remembered everything. He had indeed met this big man before, because on the day before the earthquake, he had taken his car and rushed to Jinan without hesitation. Have I gone back to the day before? He reached into his pocket and took out his mobile phone. After taking a quick look at it, he immediately showed a puzzled expression. September 27. It's indeed the day before the earthquake. What's going on? Thinking of this, he quickly reached for the pocket on his chest. There was a small piece of paper in it. Fortunately, it's still here. Sir, what on earth is wrong with you? The driver didn't know what to do and could only grope for his mobile phone in his pocket, with his thumb always on the emergency dial. Matt, I promised to pay you 2,000 yuan for a round trip. I'll give you every penny. Hijia suddenly began to feel relieved. Although he didn't know exactly what had happened, it seemed that everything was starting over again. Really? The driver relaxed his guard a little when he saw that Xia's behavior had become normal. You're such a jumpy young man. I thought you were taking drugs. No, I just had a really terrifying nightmare. Tisha kept the window open and kept blowing in the September wind, feeling extremely comfortable. Fortunately, I've woken up from the nightmare now. Hey, do young people all like to stay up late? The driver said in a very experienced way. If you don't sleep at night and sleep soundly during the day, how can you have good dreams? Yes, you're right, Master, Tizhou replied casually. For Tizhou, now he had a second chance. Although the earthquake would come at noon tomorrow, the top priority now was to get the money. Today was the deadline. After about another hour, the taxi finally arrived in Jinan City. The driver also wisely opened the navigation and headed for East 2nd Ring Road, El Ixiat district. Young man, the place you're going to. The driver looked carefully at the navigation. Seems to be the provincial lottery center. Just drive your car. Master. Tijia closed his eyes and began to rest again. Before long, the car stopped at the entrance of the lottery center. Tijia also decisively counted out 1,000 yuan from his pocket and handed it to the driver. Master, please wait for me here. If you're willing to return, and I don't mind. Come on, I'll definitely wait for you here. Tijia went to the downstairs of the lottery center, where a staff member was already waiting to greet him. Mr. Qi, right? Yes, it's me. T-Jean nodded. I've been waiting for you for a long time. This way, please. The staff member waved to T-Jean and led him into the lobby. After walking a few steps, he patiently explained again. The lottery claiming process has been simplified now. In a while, a staff member will verify the authenticity of your lottery ticket, and then the bank check will be issued for you on the spot. Please wait a moment. I'm in a hurry. Please be quick. T-Jean nodded and followed the staff member to the lottery inspection office. Well, could you give me the lottery ticket? The staff member said. T-Jean took out the wrinkled small piece of paper from the pocket on his chest and handed it to the staff member, who then turned around and handed it to the inspector inside the window. The other party took it very seriously and immediately began to check its authenticity. The prize is 1,900,000 yuan. Please wait a moment. The inspector began to take out the instrument and scan the numbers on the lottery ticket. T-Jean waited quietly by the side, which made the staff member who had led the way before a bit puzzled. Mr. T, why don't you look happy? Happy? Yes. You've won a prize of nearly 2 million yuan. You should be happy. Maybe. T-Jean nodded. Hey, let me tell you, a few days ago, someone won 1 million yuan. It was August. That person came wearing a down jacket and a big mask. In today's society, who still regards 1 million yuan as a treasure. The staff member made himself laugh out. In contrast, T-Jean didn't react at all, and the scene was rather awkward. How much longer? T-Jean asked. Don't worry. The staff member waved his hand. Recently, there have been occasional cases of fraud with fake lottery tickets, so we have to check carefully. What do you mean? T-Jean was stunned and looked at the other party. Don't misunderstand. The staff member quickly put on a smile. I'm not saying that the lottery ticket you brought is fake. Mr. T doesn't seem to be the kind of person who would commit fraud. Continue to wait by the side. Before long, the inspector put away the instrument and showed a smile. The inspection is completed. There's no problem with the lottery ticket. The check can be issued now. T-Jean sneered in his heart. Of course there was no problem with the lottery ticket. This lottery ticket that won 1,900,000 yuan was bought by him with 2 million yuan in cash. It was a genuine winning lottery ticket, although he had to pay 380 yuan in tax. The remaining money would be clean. This was one of the simplest ways to make the 2 million yuan obtained through fraud have a legitimate source. Congratulations, Mr. T. The staff member continued to smile ingratiatingly. I'll arrange for someone to issue the check for you. Would you like to make a donation? Donation? Is it mandatory? T-Jean asked. No, it's not. It's just that most people who win the lottery will make donations. Since it's not mandatory, I won't donate a single penny.